Okay, let's just jump right in. For most of our lives, we're kind of handed this user manual for success that, well, it just feels broken, doesn't it? We follow all the rules, we check all the boxes, and yet we still end up feeling totally drained and just off. Today, we're going to talk about a radical upgrade, a completely new operating system for your life.
And it all really boils down to one fundamental question, a question that kind of challenges everything we've ever been taught. We're told to find the right pieces, the perfect job, the perfect partner, the perfect morning routine, and then just fit them all together. But what if that's the completely wrong way to look at it?
The answer is a hard no. Life isn't a static puzzle with one single correct solution. It's a dynamic, complex, living system. It's way more like an ocean than it is a machine. And you don't control the ocean, do you? No, you learn to ride the waves. So this brings us to the old way of doing things, what we can call the control trap. This is the mindset that honestly most of us are running on by default. We treat our lives like they're a machine. If a part seems broken, we try to fix it. If it's running slow, we try to optimize it. We have this belief that if we can just get all the little components right, life will finally run smoothly.
And this slide, wow, it really lays bare the dashboard we're all using in that old system. We chase a bigger salary, but we completely neglect our sense of fulfillment. We go after status, but we sacrifice our own serenity. We obsess over output and productivity, but we totally ignore our actual energy levels. And the result? We become hyper-efficient at building a life that absolutely exhausts us.
And here's a really sharp, kind of cutting insight. That constant drive, that thing we all call ambition, it might actually be something else entirely. It could be a deep down fear of just being still. We confuse the anxiety of always pushing forward with a genuine passion for what we do. It's almost like an addiction where the drug is achievement, and we're just terrified of what's going to happen if we ever stop. And that's the real kicker. The machine mindset isn't just ineffective, it's actively working against you. By optimizing for all the wrong things, we end up perfectly designing a life that, yeah, on paper it looks super successful, but in reality it just feels hollow and completely unsustainable. We've built this perfect machine, but we've completely forgotten how to actually live. So if the machine model is totally busted, what's the alternative? Well, it's about shifting our entire perspective. Welcome to the new way, thinking like a surfer. A surfer would never try to control the ocean. That's just absurd, right? No, they learn to coordinate with it. This chart just illustrates the difference so perfectly. The machine mindset is all about setting rigid goals, making these detailed 5-year plans, trying to force every single outcome. But the surfer mindset? It's about reading the conditions as they are, right now. It asks, where is the energy moving? Instead of a rigid plan, you just position yourself for the next wave, and when it comes, you ride it with balance and flexibility, not with brittle control. And honestly, this should feel like a massive relief. This new system frees you from that immense, crushing pressure of finding your one true purpose. That whole idea just traps us in anxiety. The real goal is so much more intuitive, so much more alive. It's about learning to feel the rhythm of your own life and moving with the currents of your own energy. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? Let's get really practical here. This isn't just some nice philosophy, it's a set of actual tools you can start using like today to shift from controlling your life to coordinating with it. The single most powerful tool in this entire new toolkit is something called the energy audit. Seriously, forget time management. Your energy is your most precious resource. One exhausted hour is not the same as one focused, energized hour. Your energy is basically a map pointing directly to the person you really are, not the person you think you should be. And here's how simple it is to get started. For 1 week, just 7 days, track your energy in 2-hour chunks. Just label them energized, drained, or neutral. Then you get to be a detective. What were the triggers? Who were you with? What exactly were you doing? From there, you make a simple balance sheet. And then, this is a most important part, you start to design your life around that data. You actively schedule what recharges you, and you put up boundaries to protect yourself from what drains you.
Here's what it could look like in practice. For one person, client calls might be incredibly energizing, but writing long, tedious reports is a total drain. A walk outside without a phone? Total recharge. But back-to-back Zoom calls are soul-crushing. The point here isn't to judge these activities as good or bad. It's just about gathering the data. Your own personal data. Knowledge is power. And beyond the big audit, you can start making some other small moves. Practice pattern spotting. Just ask yourself, what's emerging in my life right now? What's the signal I've been ignoring? Try some low-stakes surfing. Test a little project, see how it feels. Gather some data instead of waiting for perfect clarity. And maybe most importantly, learn to exit loops. If something feels dead, heavy, or stale, just give yourself permission to stop. Let that wave pass. So if we're not chasing those old metrics like salary and status anymore, what is the new finish line? What's the ultimate goal of this new operating system? This is the final and honestly the most profound shift of them all. The old goal was control. It's this desperate need to make reality bend to our will, to make it follow our 5-year plan perfectly. But as we all know, life doesn't ask for our permission. A plan that's built on control is brittle. The second something unexpected happens, and it always does, the whole thing just shatters. The new goal is capacity. This is so different. This isn't about making life behave. It's about building your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. Capacity is resilient. It's adaptive. And unlike control, which gets weaker with every surprise, capacity actually grows stronger with every single challenge you face. This gives us a completely new way to measure our success. At the end of a hard day or a difficult project, you stop asking yourself, did I control the outcome? Instead, you ask a much more powerful question. Did I expand my ability to handle it? This shifts the focus from some external result you can't really control to an internal quality you can always cultivate. And that's really what it all comes down to. This is the heart of the new operating system. The goal isn't to build a perfect, predictable life. It's to build a version of yourself that is resilient, adaptive, and whole. The kind of person who has the capacity to ride any wave, no matter how big or unexpected it might be.